with your main Chip Washington. When it comes to information, the main got an arsenal. Bring you up to speed with what you need. He's the local and nationwide news feed. Let's talk about it. Dialect to do something about it. Chip got the throw wide open if you got questions about it. Man, it's the show that brings you to your raw. To solve all problems, it starts with real talk. Real talk. It's 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 real talk. Yeah. Welcome to Real Talk with your host, Chip Washington. It's real talk. It's real talk. It's real talk.
And here we go on this Monday. It is the 25th day of April 2022, and at 6 p.m., Real Talk Memphis is on the air. Very nice to be here with you on this turned out to be rather nice Monday evening. It was kind of a rainy, blustery start to the day. Temperatures cooling down just a bit the next few days, but we'll get another warm up as we get into the weekend. Did you like the weekend, by the way? 80 degrees, very, very nice, comfortable. It was almost hot is what it was to me, but other than that, no complaints whatsoever. Gang's all here, fired up, ready to go. Did you know it was Pledge Week at WYXR 91.7 on your FM dial? Well, it is, and we'll be talking more about that a little bit later. The show has a little bit of a special bit to it today, not my usual, but we will have a couple of guests. We're going to take you inside the walls and studios of WYXR, talk to a couple of the personalities on this fine radio station, kind of get a little insight into what they're all about, why they decided to be a part of this radio station, and talk about their shows, of course. More on that a bit later on. But I know you're asking, because you ask all the time, how do I get this fine piece of radio broadcasting? Well, yes, I am indeed glad you asked, because there are several ways to be able to do that. First, we're on live, 91.7 on your FM dial. If you're running around out there, you tune us in and check us out. We are also on the WYXR app. Hit that app, and you will see the Listen Live component there. And you can do that. We're also on TuneIn, TUNEIN app, live as well. Put in WYXR in the search, and you will hear us crystal clearly. We are also on Facebook Live, and you'll see it here in just a few minutes. But we are also going to be on YouTube once I load the show up to YouTube. And as the show is a podcast, when they upload the show tomorrow into the system, you will be able to hear us anywhere in this country on any podcast platform in the country, wherever you get your podcast. Okay, we got all of that out of the way. Very happy to be here. It's been a long day. Mondays are long days, and today was no exception to the rule in terms of that. But as I said before, it's kind of an exciting time around here. This is the spring. What is this? Pledge drive, and we're all here to do our part because we're happy and very pleased to be a part of this radio station. The community station known as WYXR, growing by leaps and bounds each and every week. Lots of folks finding us, picking us up, and we're just very, very grateful to be among the number of folks who are happy and pleased to be able to share with you our particular brand of broadcasting. This station runs the gamut, man, from one end to the other, all different kinds of music, all different kinds of genres, and a lot of it is, if not most of it, if not all of it, is Memphis-based. There's a lot of talent in this town, to be sure. Before I get too far into things, We like to do this little thing at the beginning of the broadcast where we celebrate you. How do we celebrate you? Well, however long ago it was that you were born, you have a birthday. And a lot of you, of course, are not ashamed to advertise your birthday. My brother said his birthday was coming up next month. Next month. Okay, we're not even so I know how excited you get about that. So what do we like to do? We like to shout you out because it is very important that we recognize your trip around the sun. But we can't do that until I say, hit it, Lola.
Happy birthday!
Yes. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday going out to Stephanie Love. And I am to understand that Stephanie is starting to feel a bit better after her recent health scare. And I sent her a note this morning wishing her a happy birthday, and she sent me a little message back. So, man, I'm really happy to see that, and really happy to know that she's doing better. Happy birthday, Stephanie Love. Also, happy birthday is going out to Star Stewart today. Andrea Snell is celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday to Latoya Jones, Not Right Now Ting, Kiara Benson, and a young man who I am very fond of and who I owe a lot to. I call him my little brother. Mandrell McLaughlin Jr. celebrating a birthday today. We call him Drill. And, of course, he is the audio guru at our church, Fullview Missionary Baptist Church. So shout out to Fullview if you guys are checking us out tonight. But when I first started to do this radio thing, Drill was the one I went to. He is an audio genius. So, man, happy birthday. I hope you celebrate it well and enjoy the remainder of your day. And for the rest of you, happy birthday. And we hope to be here next year to celebrate another trip around the sun. Thank you, Lola. Yeah, man, birthdays, big time. So this is the last Monday in April. So the next time we see you will be in the month of May. So time is just, I said all that to say that time is just moving ridiculously fast. I mean, this year is already, we're over 4 months in, heading into month number 5. So time is flying. So do what you need to do. Enjoy yourself while you can, because before you know it, you'll be too old to do it. I just thought I'd throw that out there. As somebody who's a little older than everybody else in this room right now. We have a couple of guests coming up a little bit later. I hope that you were able to check out the show of my first guest, who will be with us in a few minutes. Let me see here. La Hora del Sazón con Talia is the name of her show. It airs Saturday nights at 8 p.m. Talia Palacio, she's gracious enough to allow me in the studio with her on Saturday evening. Somebody said that they're just arguing. I said, no, that's not us. No, we don't argue. We just banter. That's us. She's an educator, by trade. And she'll talk to you a little bit about what she's doing these days and her show and a whole lot more. I'm very happy that she was able to make it tonight. And a little bit later on, we'll be talking to Dee Terrell. Dee is the host of a show called We Belong, and it airs on Sunday afternoons from 4 to 5 p.m. on this fine radio station. Now, you're going to be hearing a lot about donations tonight for the pledge drive. And, of course, we couldn't do what we do unless you do what you do to help us. And we need your help in the way of donations so we can be bigger and better than ever as time moves forward. You can donate online at WYXR.org. Very easy. Or you could call 901-460-3031. You can do it now. There is a tally somewhere, I think, I don't know, on the computer. So if people are donating sometime during the show, Lola or whoever, maybe we can, shout them out and call them up and say thank you very, very much. Let me get into some news and notes here before we move forward. Yesterday, by the way, was a very special day in the city of Memphis for one very special guy. James E. Alexander, one of the original founding members of the Barcades, had a street renaming ceremony after him yesterday afternoon at 1210 College Street in Memphis, Tennessee. And I saw him on the news last night, and they said, well, what do you think about all this? I mean, how do you feel about all that? He just said, I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say. This blows my mind. I'm just really so. That is his way of saying how much he appreciates it, but also, we appreciate him, and we appreciate all he's done for the city, and we appreciate all he's done, musically, for all of us out here. So congratulations to James Alexander on the naming of his street yesterday afternoon. So into some news and notes, and I know a lot of us are still talking about what happened over the weekend, where a mom and son and 4 others were stabbed in a stabbing over the weekend, an overnight quadruple stabbing, by the way. Officers found 4 people, including a child, stabbed when they arrived about 12:40 in the morning, according to the family. And now under arrest was the brother of one of the 2 people killed, which was of course, his sister, and her son, who was 7 years old. They both died in the stabbing. The other folks who were stabbed as well, who are in the hospital right now, are in really, really serious condition. So our prayers out to all of those who were affected by this. This is just a horrific thing. Pamela Isabel, 37 years old, was the sister of the suspect who was killed, and her son, AJ, all of 7 years old, was unfortunately killed as well. It just continues on. We don't know the what, the why, or anything else about this, but he meaning her brother, and I don't know his name, and it's really not necessary for me to say it. He's locked up. He's charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and a whole lot of other charges as well. Early voting ends Thursday. This Thursday, early voting. I saw today that there were 11,000 of you who have gone to the polls so far. And I don't know if that's good or bad or not, but I'm just glad you went to the polls. Because this time of year, especially during the election cycle, is silly time of the year. Folks start attacking each other for just unnecessary things. If a black candidate or person supports a white candidate, then that's a problem. And then if it's reversed, then that's a problem. So, my solution to all of this is very, very simple. If you don't like the way the rules are, if you don't like the way legislation is, if you don't like the way things are going these days as we move forward, it's the simple solution. Go vote, all right? Because if you don't go vote, you don't really have a reason to complain. Your complaining falls on deaf ears, because if you start complaining about stuff, the first question I'm going to ask you is, did you go vote? If you want to change, maybe vote for another candidate. And if you tell me, well, no, I didn't do that. Well, don't talk to me. That's okay. Don't. You have nothing to say if you are not willing to change the situation, because, we've had elections in the past, and guess what? They actually change things. One vote can make a big difference. Trust me on that. So the primary election is May 3rd. If you don't get to the polls between now and Thursday, go to the polls on May 3rd, okay? We good? Everybody feeling right? Good. So as we move forward here, I'm putting a shout out to somebody, but before I put the shout out to this person, I need your help. All you folks out there, all you folks on Facebook Live who are checking us out. There was a young man, I don't know if you saw the story, his name is Zorian Harris. He's from Whitehaven High School. This young man received more than $8 million in scholarships from schools all across the country. You heard me, $8 million in scholarships. He is a Whitehaven High School senior and clearly one smart cat. Now, everybody wanted to know, okay, he's got all these offers from schools all over the country. Where did he go? Where is he going to go? What school did he pick? He picked Tuskegee. Why did he pick Tuskegee? Because he wanted to go to an HBCU, and they have a very good engineering program. So that is where he is going to hang his hat. It's probably a 4-year program. For me, it was 5. I'm just saying. It took me 5 years to get out of college. Okay, so I'm not ashamed. A lot of you, had that same experience, but this kid will probably do it in 2. He's that smart. He is actually one of 46 Whitehaven seniors to receive more than $1 million in scholarships. I got to put my hands together for that. That is a big, big, big deal. we spend a lot of time talking about our young people who are going down wrong paths and committing crimes and spending, decades in jail. Well, this is a good news story, and this is one that needed to be told. But my favor to you is, I didn't forget, my favor to you is I can't reach this kid. I want to profile him. I want to get him on Real Talk. I want to interview him, and I want to introduce him to everybody out there, whether you're in Memphis or whether you're checking us out by podcast all over the country. So if anybody knows how to directly reach this young man, Zorian Harris from Whitehaven High School, first of all, tell him that, I shouted him out on the Real Talk Memphis radio show. And secondly, tell him we're trying to reach him. We want to get him on the show. So you can hit me by messenger. Don't do it publicly. Hit me by messenger. If you have a way or you know him, have him reach out to me by messenger. Chip Washington, not a hard thing to do. Okay, so looking for it. But congratulations, Zorian. Really happy to have you, doing the things that you are doing. Really, really proud and happy for you. By the way, if you hadn't heard, Elon Musk, the guy that owns the Tesla, the electric car, he's going to buy Twitter for the low bargain price of $44 million. I'm sorry, did I say million? $44 billion. Elon Musk is going to pay $44 billion to buy Twitter. That came across this afternoon. If anybody is interested in that. And as we shift gears to sports, the Grizzlies are in a series with the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Timberwolves tied that series up over the weekend, so it's now 2-2. Game 5 is tomorrow night back here in Grind City, USA. So the game starts at 6:30. So if you were fortunate enough to have gotten tickets, go out there, yell, and root for the Grizzlies. Now, let me just say this. They will win this series. Minnesota really can't defend them or beat them. So if I'm wrong, I'll admit it, but the Grizzlies will win and go to the second round. Did I mention to you, by the way, before we go to our first commercial break, that we are in Pledge Week here at WYXR? We urge you to do whatever you want to do in order to help to support us, okay?
Hold. Chip. Look at me, man. It's Pledge Drive Week, man. We got to get pumped up.
I know I'm a little low-key.
No, we got to get pumped up, Chip.
I'm a little low-key. Okay. The voice you're hearing, ladies and gentlemen, that just interrupted my flow on my show is the boss. He's the boss. So, listen, we're in Pledge Week.
We're in Pledge Week. We got to get excited. Ring that bell for me. Come on now.
This is how it's going to be for the remainder of the week until Saturday. That, by the way, is Jared J.B. Boyd. He is the program director here at WYXR. And as I was saying, this is Pledge Week 2022, and we are very excited that you are listening to us and you are supporting us, but we need you to continue to support us, and we need you to do it by, various ways, but donation. You heard the bell, right? So you can donate on any number of ways because we love our WYXR members. You can become one today, by the way, and you can donate now at WYXR.org, or you can give us a call at 901-460-3031. And let me just say this, no matter how much you donate, it all makes a difference, okay? Because this is the community station. This is your community station, so let's do it, okay? I hope I pumped it up enough for the boss. We're going to go to our first break. When we come back, we're going to talk to a couple of folks who actually have radio shows on this fine station. This is Real Talk Memphis. I am Chip. You know who you are. You heard JB. We'll be right back. He done busted in from out of.
If you like Real Talk, here's a way you can get involved. Do you have a show topic idea or suggestion? Want to be considered a guest or have a guest idea? Then send Chip a message on his Real Talk show page and you can be a part of the Real Talk experience. So as he always says, go out and tell somebody. We'll be right back.
This is Will Goodwin, co-founder at Crosstown Brewing Company. Just like WYXR, Crosstown Brewing supports Memphis music and our neighbors who use their talents to make it. Our beers can be found at our 3,000 square foot tap room right here at the Crosstown Concourse and at your favorite bars, restaurants, and stores throughout Tennessee, Mississippi, and eastern Arkansas. Enjoy.
Music meets you wherever you are. A great record finds you, and the trick it pulls off is that it records you. The music always remembers who you were when it first hit you, and for the rest of your natural-born life, wherever you go, music can take you back to whoever you were. At Loaded for Bear, the way we approach art and brand design is to find our clients wherever they really are, meet them there, and create lasting work that captures who they are. Just like y'all, we're from Memphis, and we're listeners. Loaded for Bear is proud to ride for WYXR and Community Radio Anywhere.
The River Series is back with 3 shows this spring, benefiting the Maria Montessori School. It starts April 30th with Greg Cartwright's Welk Stall and Aquarium Blood. March 14th, it's Jeremy and the Drip Edges with Tim Prudhomme's Fake. And we'll wrap up the series on June 4th with Mouse Rocket and Ibex Clone. More information and tickets at riverseries.org.
Get Real Talk on the TuneIn mobile app under WYXR, and he's now streaming live on Facebook. And you can also catch a rebroadcast on YouTube. Just put WYXR in the search box and hit subscribe. Now back to more Real Talk with Chip Washington.
And welcome back to Real Talk Memphis on this Monday, the first Monday of Pledge Week. It actually started this past Saturday, and it will go through Saturday. So, of course, WYXR is wherever you are, whether you are at home, on the road, or even away from Memphis. You can stream just as easily as you can, what? Donate, right? Just visit WYXR.org and, donate and pledge to be a subscriber, pledge to be a member, pledge to follow us to the ends of the earth, because you know what? When you have a radio station that's on the World Wide Web, you're kind of on the end of you can be heard at the edge of the earth, right? Or the end of the earth. I tried to work on my tongue before came back on the air, but it still I still have a little work to do. I was rattled because JB came in here and just was like, he was all geeked up. He says he's exhausted already, but we still have days to go. Listen, I have a couple of folks in here with me tonight, do things a little bit differently to give you an insight, because we honestly don't see each other very often. I mean, because we come in here and we do our individual shows and we go on about our daily lives, right? So, this gives me a chance to meet folks and at least maybe to introduce you to some folks. Maybe you hadn't heard them yet, and kind of understand their stories, find out about their shows and when they're on and the whole 9 yards. I have Talia Palacio is one of my guests. She's sitting right over there, by the way. She is the host of La Hora del Sazón con Talia. Is your mic on?
I think, is my mic?
Yeah, it's on. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, hola. How are you?
Muy bien, ¿cómo estás?
Don't even start with that. See, here we go. So her show is on Saturday nights from order in the control room here. See, order in the control room. See, we got
orden, right?
We got D in here. She's just causing all kind of problems over here. But Talia's show is on from 8 to 9 on Saturday nights. And I was privileged to be on with her as a place partner Saturday night. We have fun.
We did. I enjoyed our time.
It was good.
It was good. We talk a lot.
We do talk a lot. You talk a lot.
No, you talk a lot. I'm selective.
Okay, well, that's right. She's a selective talker, absolutely. Well, thank you for coming here today.
Thank you.
I appreciate you being here. And I also appreciate someone I haven't met yet. I hadn't met until a few minutes ago. Dee Terrell is here. She is the host of We Belong.
Hello.
Which airs on Sunday afternoons from 4 to 5 p.m. on this fine radio station. Hey.
Hello.
How are you?
It's good to be here. Doing well.
Well, it's good to have you here, first of all. And we're going to talk a little bit about, your show and kind of how you do what you do and, why you decided to do it here at WYXR. But I guess before we get started, it's Pledge Week. Did anybody tell you it was Pledge Week?
Absolutely.
Yes. So why is it important for folks to support this station?
Well, this is listener-supported radio. There's a lot of good, obviously, what you're listening to right now is wonderful, and you don't hear it anywhere else in Memphis or anywhere else in this world. And of course, you're listening to WYXR right now because you like to listen to it. And since this is listener-supported radio,
that's right.
We don't get advertising money, so the money is coming from the listener.
And they've been very kind to us. In the last couple of pledge drives, very kind and extraordinarily supportive of the efforts that everyone here, because everyone here has a particular gift, and everyone here contributes in their own particular way. And we were talking about this on Saturday night, Talia, and it's a unique perspective. As Dee was talking, it's a unique kind of a station. This community radio thing is different for me. I'm used to kind of a commercial feel, but it is different, isn't it?
I think it is. It's a community station ran by people for the people, and it's for our community. And a lot of us, we're from here. We're, well, maybe not born and raised like me, but I was raised here, raised in Memphis, raised by sound, and a lot of us share that commonality as programmers, DJs, or hosts or hostesses.
So, and having said that, I want to kind of delve into a little bit about the shows that you two host in particular, and Talia, we'll start with you. Your show is for the multi-cultural community on Saturday evenings. Tell us about the concept of your show and why it is important for a show to be on a station like this.
I had fun with you on my show on Saturday.
It was fun.
It was
fun
fun
to listen to.
It was fun. It was fun.
So my show, I love that WYXR gave me the opportunity to talk about my culture and share my culture with the rest of the Mid-South, because Memphis is growing. It's growing culturally every day.
Very
the
true.
population, the Latino or Latinx or Latina or Hispanic, whichever term you identify with, I feel like our community has...
I'm sorry, a little feedback there.
It's okay.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Look at Chip
Little
over there.
feedback. I'm trying to get it fixed. Keep talking.
Oye, okay.
Yeah.
Sigo hablando, pues.
Yeah.
But our community has completely doubled as far as the Latino community in Memphis. And my show kind of tells those stories. We tell the stories of...
I'm sorry.
Oye, it's okay. Está bien. That's part of the fun, right?
Keep talking. Go ahead. Keep talking.
So my show kind of started with that because I'm sharing the music from my upbringing with the community.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of like old school salsa from the Fania All-Stars. And Fania, we talked about this a little bit. It's like the Latino Motown.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of that. And then
that's what we talked about. Yeah.
With
that's
the modern music. Yeah.
And you're teaching us, a lot of us who don't know. No, seriously, music history. You're teaching us
I am.
about see, hang it.
I'm with
we're okay.
you.
Hang in there.
I'm with you.
Yeah. No, we're. No, I think that it is. It's important because you're right. The population, whether what do you call it, Hispanic or Latinx or Latina or whatever, it is a really large population. So it's really nice to have. A particular program that is dedicated, to that particular group.
Right. And then thinking about just that cultural and demographic shift that we've had in Memphis, the community is projected to be predominantly either English speaking, basically black or brown in the next few years here in the Mid-South. And it's been beautiful to see the Latino culture growing here. We had a huge Mexican population back in the day. Now it's heavily driven by Central America. So we have a lot of Guatemala and Honduras. And then, of course, the Caribbean is still represented. So we have a lot of Dominicans, Puerto Ricans. And for me, I'm from Panama, and I came here very little, not many of us here. But, we speak the same language, share that bond of the culture and traditions, and spreading that love here in Memphis. It's fun.
It's fun. And Dee said something a minute ago, and I don't listen to a lot of that salsa and that kind of music, but I really enjoyed some of the sounds that I heard because it is fun. Now, speaking of fun, I'm told you're pretty fun as well in terms of your show, which is We Belong. So for those who are uninformed about your program, tell us a little bit about We Belong.
It's a show that starts, it's LGBTQ plus, started out as just music, and it's music and talk with the LGBT community, because Memphis has really including other cultures, has grown significantly, and especially with the pandemic. Everybody was kind of like hiding, and in the last few months, so many things have been happening, especially with like drag shows, and there was kind of a niche, a show I listened to on another station back in like 1997, and there hasn't really been a show that featured LGBTQ plus music on the radio for so many years. So thought it was a great opportunity, especially when WYXR first went on the air.
So the songs that you play, the music that you play, is it from that particular community? I mean, is it solely from that community?
Yes, and a history added to it. So we went back, we featured Jackie Shane, who was a soul artist from the early 60s, who worked a lot with Little Richard in Toronto, of all places.
Okay.
And it goes back to Ma Rainey, even Cole Porter. So there are various cultures and styles that it really wasn't known as queer music back then. And now that it's flourished in the last 4 or 5 years. That's, I mean, again, the one thing that I really like about this particular station is that it embraces everyone. It does. I mean, it's like everybody in the pool. It's like there's nobody who is separate or isolated, and they manage to balance it somehow, which to me is why it's very, very important for folks to support what we do, support what they do on a daily basis, what we do on a weekly basis. I come to this radio station and do this show because I love what I do, and I said it on Talia's show Saturday night, and I've said it before. This is the best hour of my entire week because it feels like you're doing something greater than yourself, and you're broadening. I mean, you're talking to an entire community out here who are listening. They got big numbers at this station, and there's a reason for that, and it's very inclusionary, and that's why I think when we have special occasions like this, I'll have Talia ring the bell in a minute. It's Pledge Week, by the way, in case you're just joining us. Go ahead and ring the bell. That's the Pledge Week bell. This is you're listening to or watching if you're on Facebook Live, Real Talk Memphis on this Monday evening, and we're very happy that you decided to join us. We're speaking with Talia Palacio and Dee Terrell. They host a couple of programs here at the radio station, and again, when this is going to be year 2. This is year 2, right? They started in October 2020. And this is the second year. It'll be 2 years in October as we get down the calendar, as time is moving so quickly. But is it surprised you, Dee, that so many folks are identifying with this station and its community programming, opportunities or outlet, basically? Absolutely, and nobody really knew what was going to happen when 91.7 was an available frequency 2 years ago. That the types of shows that are on here, I didn't realize how many DJs were in Memphis. Yeah, especially with the dance music and especially with the Latin music added to the mix. It's just fantastic. And as you continue to move forward, I mean, where do you see the station as they continue to grow and they continue to evolve and they continue to be more inclusive? Of course, with the help of all of you out there donating to us. Absolutely. But where do you see the station? Where do you see? Let me rephrase that question. Where do you see yourself in reference to this station on your journey as we move forward? Kind of breaking out of the box of just it's not just music that we have, the culture. Things are going to be a little different, especially with the LGBTQ plus community, that there's more acceptance. And the show will start evolving into something different. Mm-hmm.
So we inform
what it is. Not sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're all sort of,
but I'm excited for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and it's and Talia, and I have to say this. Talia is an educator, and she works out at Russ College, and so I'm happy to that she made the trip and she's safe getting here this evening.
Thank you.
Anyway,
Gracias.
I don't want people to think I'm that nice, but anyway, I'm happy that you're safe and you're here, both of you. But Talia, you're always thinking, and you're very smart, and I've always
You're very smart.
Anyway. You're very smart, and on Wednesdays and Thursdays, I'm not bad, but the rest of the week, I'm not so. But you're always looking ahead and you're thinking. You have guests on your shows, too, and you bring in folks. I heard a few weeks ago you had a young student in here who was doing some event. So, I mean, you're looking at opportunity. Talk a little bit about that as you move forward and your show continues to evolve down the road.
We talk about WYXR being the station filled of soul. I like to think that WYXR is not only about music, it's about inclusion. And that's sort of what drives me in La Hora del Sazón. It is Sazón. I like how you said it right. Yeah. It's we like to say that La Hora del Sazón con Talia is a show. It's a variety show because, like Chip said, I do have guests. Yeah. But then I like to play music from my upbringing, music that's also currently popular. But as far as like the organizations and the guests that I bring in, I try to be very intentional with our guests because all of them, thinking since the beginning of my show, since September, because I joined a little afterwards, after WYXR, all of them are huge supporters of the bilingual or multilingual community, and they share resources that are beneficial to the growing bilingual community. But then also some organizations, they are being a little more mindful about the multilingual community. Like most recently, I did interview a young lady, actually one of our Crosstown High School students. She started a health, like a COVID screening for the multilingual community out in like the Grandwood Heights area. And that was part of her capstone project. And to me, like giving the kids that opportunity to share their spotlights, that's everything.
It is.
It is. And then, I mean, even most recently, I interviewed one of our friends from Ballet Memphis. Yeah. They have, they created Soul this weekend. That was the show here at Crosstown Theater. But the show, what I loved about it was how inclusive they were with their diverse cast. And like to me, that's what drives me in La Hora del Sazón. That's what drives me in my work in the community as an advocate.
So we're going to very well say about Panama. Oh, somebody's out there that somebody walked by the window here.
He's from Panama. That's Alex. He's a photographer. See, Alex is going to be one of my guests pretty soon.
See, here we go.
No hay muchos panameños in Memphis. We don't have that many panameños here.
Well, I'm glad that two of them were represented this evening. At least you and Alex were. So we're going to go to break, and I'm going to let you two toss it to break. This is Real Talk Memphis, by the way, and I am your humble host, Chip Washington, and I have two very lovely people in the studio this evening, Talia Palacio and Dee Terrell, and they are going to, as we go to break, they're going to tell you why it is so very important that you donate. Donate the $10 per cup of coffee Starbucks money that you have, or, that Happy Meal, and not the Happy Meal, that Big Mac meal that you like to eat every now and again. Donate. So the floor is yours. Dee, you go first.
Well, we have a new slogan for this pledge drive, of course. It's called Wherever You Are.
Yeah.
So WYXR is pretty much wherever you are. There's so much involved. Like I can't name off all the shows that I could consider my favorite shows to listen to.
Beside Real Talk Memphis. Beside Real Talk Memphis.
Beside Real Talk.
Okay.
Yes.
Just want to make sure you got that in. That's right.
I can't be too partial, But it is fascinating that we have a station here, and it's been going on for 2 years, and it will continue. Of course, it's with your support. go to WYXR.org, or you can call us at 901-460-3031. Again, that phone number is 901-460-3031, and make that donation now. And any amount, as you mentioned, like $10 is great.
That's right.
That does help the station a lot for us, and we're looking for some more donations. And right now we're sitting at 29%. We can pump that up to 30%.
Yeah, let's do something. Don't embarrass me on my own show. Taya, what do you think?
I think everything is great right now. We need to make sure that we are pumping this pledge drive. You know, we talked about WYXR being the station with the city soul. That's just not the music. It's all about, you know, the various types of music and personalities that we have. They can donate 3 ways. They can text, they can email, they can also visit the website. So visit WYXR.org. Text the words donate, DONATE, to 901-460-3031, or call us like we've been sharing, the same number, 901-460-3031.
Hey, there are many ways for you to contribute, like we're contributing this evening. Having a good time, by the way. Real Talk Memphis. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to continue our conversation, and we are going to continue until you give every last penny you have. Quick break, right back.
If you like Real Talk, here's a way you can get involved. Do you have a show topic idea or suggestion? Want to be considered a guest or have a guest idea? Then send Chip a message on his Real Talk show page and you can be a part of the Real Talk experience. So as he always says, go out and tell somebody. We'll be right back.
Support for WYXR comes from the Orpheum Theater on Main Street in downtown Memphis. Live Nation presents Rainbow Kitten Surprise Thursday night, December 8th at 8 p.m. Tickets are on sale now for Rainbow Kitten Surprise at livenation.com.
Hi, this is Anita Ward, here to tell you a bit about my alma mater, Russ College, which supports the music of the Mid-South through its partnerships with WYXR. I've been known for singing since my days on campus, and I continue to sing Russ College's praises. Before you heard me ring my bell, my classmates and I knew another motto: by their fruits ye shall know thee. You can make memories at Russ College too. For more information on admissions, enrollment, and activities, visit russcollege.edu.
This is Clark Ortiz, co-founder at Crosstown Brewing Company. We are proud to be WYXR's official beer sponsor for 2022. Memphis music deserves Memphis beer. Working with the WYXR team has been an awesome way to support local community radio and foster a deeper connection with music while doing it. Our Instagram and Facebook pages feature all the updates regarding CBC and WYXR's frequent collaborations. Enjoy following along.
Get Real Talk on the TuneIn mobile app under WYXR, and he's now streaming live on Facebook. And you can also catch a rebroadcast on YouTube. Just put WYXR in the search box and hit subscribe. Now back to more Real Talk with Chip Washington.
And welcome back to Real Talk Memphis on this Pledge Drive Monday. Really, really happy to have you all with us this evening. We're having a lot of fun and talking about why it is so important for all of you to help to support WYXR. And we did get a contribution from Wanda G. Washington a few minutes ago. So, let that be the leader of the pack, okay? And I think, what did you say, D? How many? What's the percentage? Where are we at now?
29%.
29%. So before I leave here, I'd like to see 30%. I like to do the odd number deal. Let's move it now. See, my brother is watching in Los Angeles, California. He's watching us on Facebook Live. Let's see, Marcella Hunt is watching us right now, or checking us out. My cousin, Carlisha Rhodes, she's checking us out, and I don't know exactly. I don't know if she's in Detroit, if she's in Atlanta. I don't know exactly where she is, but she's not here. But she's checking us out tonight, and I really appreciate that, cuz. It's good to see you. She just celebrated a birthday as well. This is Real Talk Memphis, and we are talking Pledge Week, and we are talking. We're having some good fun here tonight. We're talking to Dee Terrell, who hosts We Belong, which airs on Sunday afternoons from 4 to 5. And we are also with Talia Palacio, my longtime friend. She hosts a radio show on Saturday evenings called La Hora del Sazón con Talia. Look at that. Look at her. If you can see her, she's going like, finally.
Proud.
Years and years and years trying to get this guy to get this right.
Orgullosa de ti.
Let's see.
I'm proud, very proud of you.
Okay. See. And by the way, if any of you heard us on Saturday night, our banter, may sound confusing to some folks, Talia, but we just have fun. We just kind of have fun.
We just
go back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
we enjoyed ourselves. Yeah, it was fun. So we were talking before the break. I like this slogan, and Dee brought it up a few minutes ago. Wherever you are. Wherever you are that's a universal thing, right? Wherever you are, maybe it should say wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever you are.
And like the donations that were made, they're not just inside Memphis, but there's an influence that Memphis has pretty much on the world.
Yeah. And I heard over the weekend there were some donations outside the Memphis area, which is a big deal because, it shows you that there's a reach here. Am I correct?
That the station has relationships with listeners from all over the world.
Yeah.
Not just the U.S. I had a few listeners.
You had a pledge on Saturday night. This guy, I forgot where he was from. He wasn't from here. I know that.
Well, he submitted his pledge. I figured out who he was, submitted his pledge, and then he also posted on social media while he was vacationing or something in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, he said WYXR is here. Yeah, he said he was very very complimentary.
Yeah.
By the way, when you see the shot of I don't know, there's a couple of angles here that they use, and one of them that you see the young lady sitting there with the headphones on. That is DJ Lola, ladies and gentlemen. She is the board producer for the show, and I told her, since we've seen her, there she is right there. Look at her, check her out. There she is, doing a nice job tonight. We're gonna see how she does the clothes because the last couple of weeks we've been a little, but she is part of my team. And Nicole is here as well, and she helps to get the folks together, and she's doing her thing. She's sitting over there, in the corner as well. She's the quiet one in the group, She always comes in. Now, see, I have two ladies here that work on the show, and for me, they're known for two separate and distinct things. Lola is known for the shoes that she wears, right? The boots that she wears, the shoes, and she's a shoe freak, right? And Nicole likes sunglasses. She comes in every week. She comes in with a different pair of shades on. Real cool, real cool. Yeah, smoking, man. That's what's going on. You guys are in the midst of Real Talk Memphis, and we are talking Pledge Week. I think I just saw Robbie back there, Robbie Grant, who is actually the general manager of the station. Doing very well. It started on Saturday. We're about 30%, close to 30%. We may be 30% of the way to our completion and our goals and things like that. And, I think that one of the things I was thinking about earlier today is, people tend to, frown up when you talk about, donating and giving. But you know what? We can all give. We all give what we do with our gifts, our talents, and our gifts. And, to be able to keep a station like this on the air, we do need the support of, as you said earlier, the entire community, not just Memphis, not just Shelby County, not just Tennessee, but 50 states and beyond. Correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we were talking about commercial radio.
Yeah.
Working in commercial radio is obviously not as fun.
Wait a minute.
And you don't have to. Well, okay. There's no more fun than WYXR.
That's right. That's right. I was gonna say, please don't let Robbie. I mean, don't let you bust through the door here. But no, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It's a different. Because it's a different thing. And I'd asked him one time as guest, are there many community radio stations in this country? Because most of them are commercial radio stations,
right.
But I don't know how many there are. But Robbie told me, he said there are more than you think that they are, which tells me that perhaps this is becoming a more universal and more accepted option for broadcasting.
Reviving radio.
Yeah, I would think so too. As I said earlier at the beginning of the show, we don't all get a chance to see each other. Every now and again, they have meetings. They station meetings, and there's Zoom most of the time. I'm on my recliner most of the time when they're having these meetings, but. It gives us a chance to see each other and kind of find out a little bit about each other. And every now and again, I don't know about you all, but I get notes from some of the personalities here say, "Man, hey, I checked you out. I like your show." And to me, it's really nice to know that people are listening and they are paying attention, no matter who you are, no matter what type of show it is. You also do the interviews on your show as well.
I do.
And you talk to are the people that you speak with, are they artists, are they performers, are they musicians, or are they just folks, in the city?
Pretty much everything in there. It's a mixed bag, and lately it's actually been performers.
Okay.
So many new shows have come out, and many of the performers before 2020, maybe they had appearances once every 3 months, and now it's like every 3 days. So
wow.
Not only is it's hard to get them in on a Sunday afternoon, but everything's becoming more prolific.
Yeah.
And there's so much to talk about too.
There really is. And Talia, I really like the fact that you are pretty inclusive, but you're going to be even more inclusive in terms of some of the guests, on your show. But let me ask you this from the perspective of the Hispanic audience, the multicultural audience, the musicians are there many from that particular musical community, Latinx, Hispanic, multicultural? Do we have a lot of musicians in this particular city or county?
In Memphis?
Yeah. That you're aware of?
I am aware of some friends of our station, Radio Ambiente en La Jefa,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
the owners, the Butron family. They're so well known around town.
Yeah.
They have an AM and an FM station. But again, that audience, it doesn't compare or beat our WYXR audience, because our music on our station is so diverse and eclectic. We have music for everybody.
Yeah.
And I think with our station, I'm being biased. I am the only Latina on WYXR. I can claim it. I can own it.
Yes,
Glad
you
you're
can.
here.
But, I try to play a little bit of everything that way, so everyone, my listeners, they feel welcomed and included. And thinking about our audience, I feel like the listeners of WYXR, they vary in age, they vary in culture, and they speak multiple languages.
It's
and
a
I feel
melting
like
pot.
it's a melting pot.
It's becoming more of a melting pot, I would think.
For sure.
In terms of the influx. And you mentioned,
But no one's doing what we're doing. I can honestly say that.
no, that's true. And I think that maybe WYXR, through the help of so many of you devoted listeners out there, followers out there, can become even more of a trailblazer in the type of music and the type of personalities that they bring to the table. I have to laugh. Jim is on right before me, and he plays like 40s jazz. And some of that stuff is pretty good. I have to
It's
admit.
good. I like it.
It's right
Lola
up my
said
alley.
amazing. Yeah,
Amazing.
it really is. He's a quiet, soft-spoken guy. But then you have real talk, dun dun dun, dun,
Right.
right after his show. So it's just an interesting way to balance out, And I think as I mentioned earlier, I think we all enjoy our particular times that we're on because it's our time, right? And it's our time to show our expressiveness and how we do what we do, on a daily basis. And I never really sat down to talk to JB or Robbie about when they were putting this thing together and tweaking it, how they figured they were going to do this. How they figured, from 2020 or before that. So how are we going to do this? This is a majority music radio station, right? But they did think that there needed to be some sort of a component of talk, to be able to talk about issues and things that are going on because, just like there are different kinds of music, different styles of music. There's also news out here. There are also things that are going on that are relevant to the community. So I'm really grateful that they decided to include a few of us talkers in the fray. So. While we are just about ready to get out of here, and I don't know that they could get us any more ready to do this. There's a whole wall right next to me. I don't know, people can't see it, that has notes and stuff. I mean, from top
it's
to
so helpful.
I'm not even reading it.
Bottom. No, yeah. D's just showing off, just giving it, just doing it, just like boom, 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 boom. So we're all going to give a little, with the last couple of minutes we have left in the show, we're all going to give our little spiel here as to why it is important to us to be here. I just kicked the plug out. There it is. Hold on, just a second. Why it is so important for us to be here, and why it is so important for you all to contribute to what we do on a daily, weekly basis. So I'll start. And, we talk about you becoming a member of WYXR and being a member of the family and being part of this team. Because when you donate, you are a part of this team, too. You are automatically a part of the WYXR radio team and radio family. And whether it is you choose to be a monthly member, or you choose to just make a donation to help us continue to do what we do on a daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly basis, first of all, we thank you. WYXR is the station with the city's soul, as Taya keeps talking about, and I like that too, by the way. I really like the reference, and because I'm a soul brother, right? And we got anyway. So, but we do have soul here at this station, and there are several ways for you all to donate. And no matter how much you donate, as I said earlier, anything you donate seriously makes a difference here. You can catch us at WYXR. You can go to WYXR.org and donate. You could call us at 901-460-3031. It doesn't matter how much. It doesn't matter who you are. It matters what you do. And we appreciate your support. We thank you for your support. And I personally thank you for your support of Real Talk Memphis. And I'm going to let the ladies close us out with their messages for us this evening on this Pledge Week.
Well, I'm immersing myself in the soul.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Absolutely that.
Being part of it, but also Memphis itself is a unique community in the United States alone. I've been here for 26 years, and everybody kind of has a connection. Yeah. And that's the best part about it. When you were talking about how we're getting the DJs in here and all the air personalities, that you ask one person and they ask somebody else, and there's a big collective. And as people who are listening in Memphis, there is some sort of connection.
Yeah.
There's a 99% chance, and I'm saying that with a percentage because I think our percentage just went up.
We hit the 30%. We have hit 30%. Yeah, ring the bell, Dad. Ring the bell. Absolutely there. Oh,
that was not B. That was Shelby.
Taya. Shelby. Not Shelby. Taya, she got me with that. But Taya, take us on out of here with why folks should donate to WYXR.
We love our listeners. We love that you support the station, WYXR. We are the station for you. We want to encourage everyone to support us and continue to show us that support and love by texting us the words donate, DONATE, to 901-460-3031. Call us at 901-460-3031 or visit WYXR.org/donate today. And we hit our 30% goal.
We did. See, it came in here. I said, don't make me look bad. I said, we got to get that even number. So we're 30% in, and we have so much more to go. But listen, before I leave here and before we get out of here, thank you. 2 simple words. Thank you for everything that you have done to support, encourage, and motivate all of us to do what we do, even better each and every time we in front of the mic and broadcasting for you. So, really, thank you so much, Dee, for coming in tonight. Really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Appreciate Talia. Thank you so much, my friend.
Gracias, amigo.
Yeah. And Lola is here on the board, and Nicole as well. So as I always say, we'll be back next week. And when we come back, hopefully I'll be in the same chair at the same place at the same time, but we'll try to do the show just a little bit better. So for all of us here at WYXR and Real Talk Memphis, I'm Chip, and I'm out. Have a great week.